As somebody who loves sushi, I always wondered how good the best of the best sushi tastes in Japan. And today, I might be getting that answer. In this video, I'm going to try a $150 sushi omakase dinner in Japan, where the chef serves you a course meal, including some of the finest sushi that you can possibly experience. Hold on, Uncle Jimmy, what does omakase even mean? Omakase in Japanese means to leave a task to someone, and in this case, I'll be leaving every choice of the meal to the chef. It is probably the best way to experience sushi at the highest level, and of course they tend to be quite expensive, costing anywhere between $100 to $200 in most places. But today I'm ready to spend that money for the sake of science and research, and for my own entertainment. So how good could it be? I've recently been to a conveyor belt sushi restaurant where sushi can be as affordable as 50 cents a piece, and I thought even that was pretty satisfying. So for me to justify a huge expense on sushi, this better be really good. I've come to this place called Sushi Wasabi, and to share this amazing experience with me, I have Mi-chan with me. She's my good Japanese friend. She's not just kawaii, she's a very funny, very awesome individual. Mi-chanって日本人だろ?
Yes.
Have you had a really expensive sushi, like sushi omakase before?
Yes.
No, you haven't.
No, 食べたことない。
Don't you feel like for a Japanese person that is unacceptable? Well, she'll get to try it for the first time today.
あ、これが扉だ。
It was a super cool, compact restaurant that had just enough space for 8 customers at a time. I know people say don't judge other people by their appearance, but as a Korean, I'm still going to. The chef looks like he can really cook. 今日のファッションは六本木ギャルか。
そう、今日は六本木ギャルファッションです。
Alright, sit down.
韓国からこっちに。
私は日本に住んでます。
韓国から日本に来て、で日本で合流したみたいな。
あ、そうですそうです。
これか。
彼女ではないです。
あ、そう、彼女だね。
そう。ただの友達です。
そうなんですよ。
Guys, apparently Mi-chan here, she's never had sushi omakase before.
I never sushi omakase.
But you're Japanese, how come? Your ex-boyfriends, they never...
Yeah, never.
Never? Unacceptable. In some omakase restaurants, you have to order one drink as a requirement. I'm not sure if that was the case here, but we decided to get something anyway. 日本酒でしようかな。
ゆずそう。はい。
緊張してる。
緊張するね。
So what we got is omakase, so all I need to do is to sit down and eat whatever is being fed to me by the chef. Just like when I was a little baby. Okay, let's start with the appetizer.
いただきます。
Please.
おお。じゃあいただきます。
どう？
柔らかい。
It looks so beautifully crafted. Like Mi-chan was saying, it was super soft and fluffy and very mild in flavor. The description of your dish is part of the omakase experience, so the chef was using a translating device for the people that are visiting from other countries. It worked surprisingly well, and I thought it was really cool.
Japanese name is Yari.
That's a squid filled with eggs.
おお。いただきます。柚子の香りがする。
Ah, so? Okay, I'm gonna have to try this one too. Needless to say, it was amazing. The fine detail like yuzu flavor made this food feel so special. I'm guessing that's the egg, but it's filled up with something that is like extremely creamy and soft. Ah, 本当に? This is 2024. I'm not forcing a woman to pour my drink. Thank you. み-ちゃんのおかげでもっと甘くなった。
美味しくなれ、萌え萌えキュネー。
Okay, I have to act like I don't know this girl now. I already knew from the appetizers that today is going to be a special experience. I just couldn't wait to have whatever is next. Wow, that knife looks serious. That looks really good, right? There's no rice, it's just filled up with fish. Wow. でもみーちゃんって日本人なのに、おまかせとか行ってみようと思ったことはない？
あ
あ、そうです。
今日はすごい。
That's fish liver. I don't particularly like animal livers, so I was a little nervous for this one.
どうですか？
プリンみたい。そうだろ?
It really didn't feel like fish, but felt more like some kind of a Japanese dessert.
ホタルイ
あ、
カ
タルイカ。
ホタルイカの沖漬け
へー。うわ、かわいいね。
These guys are so little.
I mean, these are beautiful creatures and I feel a little bad, but I don't think there's any point in releasing them back to the ocean after they're pickled like this, so I'll just eat them. The flavor of the soy sauce was really strong on this one, but I really liked it.
Every time I chew, there's like juice coming out of it.
Yeah.
Chef told us that he makes new batch of rice for every reservation group. Apparently after just 1 hour, the rice starts losing the freshness. And this is their steamed egg with konowata, which is sea cucumber's intestines. Apparently this konowata is one of the 3 delicacies of Japan. They even topped it off with finely grated yuzu. So how good is it really? Well, it's probably the best steamed egg that I've ever had in my life.
Wow. It's kind of like uni in the sense that it's very creamy and it has that ocean flavor,
Oh,
right?
ocean flavor.
Yeah, it does have
Yeah.
that ocean flavor.
うまい。
So,
めっちゃ美味しい。
I'm starting to understand why people come to an expensive restaurant like this. Like every minute of your time here feels like it's perfectly planned out for you. And here's something that I love, unagi, the freshwater eel that gives you lots of lower body strength.
that looks and sounds crispy.
いや、kalkalふわふわ。
The skin side looks so crispy. Wow. This is no joke, guys. This is crispy as hell.
I'm glad it didn't come with the typical unagi sauce because I appreciated how perfect it was by the fish itself. The skin that usually feels a bit gummy in other places, they somehow grilled it in a way that makes it crispy but doesn't taste burnt.
I've had unagi in kura sushi too. It's like night and day. It's so different. I thought that was good too, but this is like in a different world. This is cool.
The chef is preparing the fish for the sushi now. All those appetizers got me so excited for the sushi. At this point, I don't see a scenario where it doesn't taste amazing. So here's our first sushi, kinmedai. In many of the omakase restaurants, you'll notice that the sushi already has the wasabi on the rice, and the fish comes brushed with soy sauce. You can use your fingers to eat the sushi like Mi-chan's doing here, but you can use your chopsticks too. No one's really gonna judge you.
どうどう?
めっちゃ美味しい。
Obviously, it was a perfectly crafted sushi. It was delicious.
Nice and fat. There's a lot of fish. The rice to sushi ratio, there's no complaint here.
So this is bluefin akami, which is a leaner cut of the tuna.
She's so into taking photos.
わあ、すごいよ、ピクチャー。ほら、ピクチャー、ナイスピクチャー。
Nice picture.
兄ちゃん、プロカメラマン。
Let me see how delicious it is too. Grab it brutally, violently, and just stuff it in my mouth.
As she described it, it was delicious as hell.
Oh, you know what I noticed? More affordable sushi places, their sakana, like their sushi, it's like super cold. Like it was almost frozen, but they just defrosted it. こっちではなんかちょうどいい。そう、ちょうどいい。
そう、ご飯と魚の温度がちょっと温かい。なんだこれ？イワシ。
Sardine.
キラキラ。
キラキラだ。Mr. Chef just told us that there's different serving temperatures for different fish. So this sardine might feel a little colder than the last one. Wow, this sardine kind of felt like tuna to me almost. Like there's a lot of meat to it, and it's not fishy at all. Sardines can be very fishy.
I'm just being a weeb here, but there's something really cool about drinking sake with some Japanese sushi.
なんか将軍が見た。I don't have any complaints so far. Everything was so delicious.
This one's called nodoguro. I never had it before, but apparently it's a highly praised delicacy in Japan. It kind of tasted like unagi to me, but the texture felt like more typical fish.
のどぐろ。
赤貝。すごいな。美味しそうみーちゃん、どうしよう。
絶対美味しいよ。
I love how everything they have, it's very chunky. I feel like there's a good amount of like meat to the fish. And the texture feels very intentional. Like this one was very chewy. Whereas like a lot of sushi places, they just put the ingredients together with rice and they just serve it. Sometimes it's mushy, sometimes it's not. Depends on the day. But this is prepared to perfection. できればこんなこと毎日食べる？
毎日食べたい。
おい、これ見てる素敵な男たち、メッセージしておじさまはダメだ。
本当に美味しい寿司は本当に美味しいね。
そうだね。今日経験してしまった。
こんな寿司初めてだよ。最高だよ。マグロの漬け。さあ。
So this has white truffle,
And the rice?
rice and fugu milk.
さあさあさあさあ。
Oh my god. なんかめっちゃラクシャリーなリゾットみたいな味だ。Wow, I love this. This is really good.
美味しい。美味しい。美味しい。
こんなに美味しいとは思えなかった。Wow, if some guy took me to dinner like this, I might just turn gay. Okay, it depends on the guy. It's a handsome looking shrimp. ウニもあるのかな。あればいいのにな。Oh, it's Mi-chan's favorite. Okay. ありがとうございます。Wow.
It didn't look very special, but that was the best tasting uni that I've ever had in my life.
I don't think you've had better uni before.
Really?
Literally the best uni I've ever had, I think.
ウニ。いただきます。
食べてみて。
Yes.
本当にやばいよ。
わお、もうない。あれ？
なくなった
お。や、どこ行ったウニどこ？もうなくなっちゃった。わ、ドリンクだよ。飲んじゃった。またウニ食べたいな。
そうだね。
For some reason, they cut off the tail end of the shrimp and gave it to us.
It's supposed to be very muscular.
マスティー。
I love muscles. Wow, it really is really muscular. みーちゃんはね、毎日なんか幸せそうな子だけど、なんかみーちゃんも悲しい時とか憂鬱になる時もある？
あるよ。
ありますか？
ありますよ。まず早起きしなきゃいけない時。もう今日はお仕事の日だ。早く起きないといけない。起きたくない。あとは早く寝なきゃいけない時。明日仕事だ。
なんか子供みたいだな。Wow, that Abby looks handsome. He could become a movie star.
I think the reason they cut off the tail might be because the firmness of the tail didn't belong in this sushi. And the sushi was unsurprisingly good. The shrimp was chunky and full of flavors. And it just kind of dissipated in my mouth like a pastry.
生まれた食べてみた寿司の中で一番
ナンバーワン。
ナンバーワン
ナンバーワン。
ネギトロ。
ネギトロ。
It has green onions, tuna.
So after all that food, they also give you a little dessert.
ありがとうございます。
Interestingly, they have sushi for dessert as well. Their dessert was the plum sushi.
Let's try that plum sushi. That's the dessert.
うまい。
It was like sour, sweet plum. So much meat of the plum inside. Super sweet. There's some rice too. That was really delicious. That was interesting.
いや、もわ梅干し。もわ梅干し。
もう梅干し。コンビニ屋で買ってあげる。
I'm full. ごちそうさまでした。
That was good portion too. I don't like it when if I go to some fine dining restaurants, I leave the restaurant hungry. This is not like that at all. They give you enough portion. すごい寿司だったな。
すごい寿司だったね。めちゃくちゃいい経験ね。
食べたいな。
最高だったよ。
The sushi that you can get here is just out of this world. Like, I couldn't find anything to complain about. Usually when somebody says, oh, I'm going to spend $150 on a meal, I'd be like, you are crazy. But you know what? If somebody came here to spend their money here, I would say it's money well spent. 今日は一緒に来てくれてありがとう。
こちらこそありがとうございます。お腹いっぱいです。
Alright, thank you guys so much for watching, and please go ahead and watch my other videos too because I just spent a lot of money. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
I got a ton of new videos from Japan, so stay tuned, my friends.